I'm Oliver. We are very excited to welcome the International Truck of the Year to South Africa. Our new MAN truck generation, proudly assembled right here in Pinetown.
Well, as you can see, the wait is most certainly over. 8 years, 167,000 hours of research and development, engaging with you, our customers, as well as getting crucial driver input. And the results? Well, producing this, MAN's best product lineup to date, and crucially, happy to announce, winner of the International Truck of the Year award as well. Now, of course, we really do live in a connected world, and it's not just our trucks, but also how we launch them, streaming this unveiling to all the corners of the globe. So thank you so much for joining us today, wherever in the world you may be. Oliver, I can see that smile. This must be like a super proud moment for you.
Yes, Marius, I'm very excited. It's a little bit like the birth of the first child.
I'm going to take your word for that because I don't have any kids, but it's super exciting for me too. And what an amazing product lineup we've got. I'm going to get serious for a moment. It seems like the right place to start. It has been a really, really tough and challenging time for all businesses the last 18 months. How's MAN managed to handle these tough times?
You're right, Marius. It was a very challenging time, but we have been in the business since more than 260 years, thereof more than 100 in building trucks. So we know how to handle challenges. We have a very strong team. The most important thing is that we meet customer expectations or overachieve it. And so during the period of the last 100 years, I think we had a quite long time to train how to handle challenging situations.
I also think, you look at the evolution of your truck lineup. You know, innovation's always been key. And for you to survive in business for that long, you always are going to be on the money in terms of understanding customers' unique needs. But I suppose it also helps coming out of COVID times and you launch a truck like this, which has won so many awards. It must make it a lot easier from a business perspective because it's a very strong offering.
Yeah, it is. Our overall goal is to simplify our customers' business. And I think, therefore, we have now the right product and the best product in place. It's all about total cost of ownership, at least because our customers want to earn money with the trucks. It's not a pleasure thing, it's a hard business tool. And I think we are well prepared to fulfill or to overachieve at least our customers' expectation with this nice product.
Yeah, listen, that is so important because it is a very cost-sensitive environment that you work in. But what was really amazing for me was to go back to your assembly facility in Pinetown. I love the fact that you still are producing product here locally. What are the benefits for that? Because imagine maybe you could say, let's not worry about South Africa anymore.
It's all about cost. Surely we can produce here more cost sensitive than in Europe. And that's the reason why we need the production here. We have a bus plant in Olifantsfontein as well. So we are producing trucks and buses here locally. We are more than 59 years here in South Africa. Next year we will have our 60-year anniversary, and we were always successful and looking forward that we will be in the future as well.
You know what, I always look at things, it's easy to introduce a product like this, designed, working perfectly in the European environment. But you've been in South Africa for 9 months, you understand it's a unique environment. So I imagine having local assembly also allows you to fine-tune the product to work in the South African and African application.
Absolutely. Therefore, we have our local engineering team that we are able to adapt quickly to our customer needs.
Wow, that's really, really important. Well, for me, Oliver, I think the only and the best way to welcome TG3 to South Africa is to take it to the road, unlocking the highways, the mountain passes, the logistic hubs and yards that MAN calls home. Well, this man is no stranger to MAN, or in fact, TV cameras. And Duna, when was it? 2015?
Yo, that was a hell of a journey, 2015.
I hope you're going to say at the end of this that I'm a lot nicer than Rion Munster, because I'll send him that little link. But you did what, 13,000 kilometers?
18,000 plus of kilometers.
So you're going to be in a really good position now, having spent so much time in truck generation 2, and now we're doing our little road trip in their latest award-winning truck. I think at the end you're going to be able to tell us why this one is so much better.
Yeah, from the first day I set my eyes on this beast here, oh, I was impressed.
You don't work for MAN. Explain to us what you actually do, because it's quite an important role in terms of making sure that trucking remains safe in South Africa.
So where I work for Ballard Logistics. As a driver trainer, I've got an opportunity to look at different trucks, different brands like Volvo, Scania, Mack. You have to look at the driver's well-being.
Yeah.
When you look after your drivers, it's not that you look after your drivers back in the office, but in the equipment that they are using.
Well, this is their office.
Like they are saying, simplifying business.
Yeah.
It's simplifying business for the owner and also simplifying business for the driver, because this is the driver's business. If it is simple, then it means you are having a happy driver, a safer driver who is always alert, because if you stay fresh for a longer period, it means you are always alert, you are a safer driver.
Well, Nduna, I'm actually really glad that you brought up that simplifying business, because it is a key pillar for MAN. So what I thought we could do on our launch road trip is actually stop in along the way and meet with a couple of clients and understand their unique needs and how MAN is helping them to make that simplifying business a reality.
We buy milk from all the local farmers on contract with them, bring it into the facility, process it into milk, yogurt, cheese, mass, butter, whatever's sort of required, and then redistribute back into Checkers, Spar, Pick and Pay, wholesalers. So we're really a middleman adding value from a raw product to the consumer. It's been quite a journey for us. As a family, we sold our business in 2015 to a group of farmers, and I bought it back in 2018. And at that stage, my strategy was to deliver straight into the retailers' distribution centers. I didn't want to see another truck. But that changed very quickly when we realized in the milk game, you place an order with us 2 o'clock today, we've got to be at supermarket 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the only way to do it is to own your own logistics. And you know, having been in the game a bit, we've tried a few brands. The brand that's really worked for us has been MAN. They cover from an 8-ton truck, 12, 14-ton, right up to the milk tankers. And again, it's relationship. It's been the service they've offered us. I mean, out there, we all know the branded trucks can give you what you want, but it was beyond that. It was service. It was about going the extra mile. This is our oldest MAN truck. So we normally send our trucks back after 3 or 4 years. This truck, we decided, let's just keep it and see how far we can run it. And he's on 920,000 Ks. Touch wood, we haven't touched a gearbox, a clutch. We've done the brakes, but still going, and does a run to Joburg and back 3 times a week. In the Springmeadow side, we run a fleet of 75 trucks, and on the Kubanda side, we run 30 trucks. So it's a 100 truck combined fleet. Kubanda runs all the long haul, so we run to Cape Town with Springmeadow stock. And we outsource, we'll bring grapes or apples back, and then the dairy delivers to all the retail outlets. And you know, we deliver to Spar in the Western Cape, Eastern Cape, we're in Joburg daily. So a truck broken down in Beaufort West, we don't have 2 days sort of wait for that truck to get going. And again, MAN's network, their dealer network around the country has allowed us that if you've got a breakdown in Bloem or an air issue in Colesberg, they're there within an hour or 2. So absolutely for us, we have to be spot on with the logistics.
Yeah, what an impressive setup, and in such a beautiful part of the world as well. Now, I have been enjoying my time in the range-topping TGX in the capable hands of Nduna, but obviously that's not the only model in the new TG3 lineup. Philip, when you see the model lineup like this, it really is quite impressive, eh?
Definitely. I mean, if we start and we take you through some of the other models that we have on display here, Marius, if we start with our 27 480 and 440 range, our long-haul tractors with steel suspension, perfect for PBS applications, 90-ton gross combination weights, hard-working on off-road, etc., go anywhere, do anything. Moving over here, we've got our 33-tonner chassis. This has 20 different applications, 3 different engine outputs, This can go from anything from fuel to logging, etc. I know you're going to be traveling to the Lowveld in the next days. This is where this baby is at its home.
I know. I mean, I spend time in that area, and you look at the terrain that they've got to work in. I mean, you wouldn't even walk in there. Now you've got to get a truck up there. So really unique needs again, which are showcased.
Medium ride heights, make sure that you can get out of any sticky situation. This is really our workhorses in terms of our on-off-road application units.
Then you've got your Glory Boy,
Yeah.
range-stopping TGX. I mean, this is really something I've got to obviously spend quite a bit of time in. But who's the application aimed at you? Who's buying this?
These are definitely long-haul applications, cross-border, etc. Guys who want the high horsepower, definitely drivers who are spending a lot more time in the cab. This has got the wider cab, so you've got a lot more comfort here for the driver.
Yeah, I'm seeing TGS, I'm seeing TGS here. Yeah, another two lined up here. What is the difference here then, Philip?
Well, Marius, the big difference between the two is, that is obviously our on-off-road units. These are efficient line trucks.
Okay.
These come in two engine power outputs, 440, 480 horsepower. We will be having two variants, so a premium and a budget model in this segment. This has got a narrow cab, more for aerodynamic. So with a smaller cab, we can reduce some of the tear weight that the...
And that's crucial for these guys. I mean, weight, what they can carry in terms of the load is money in their pocket at the end of the day.
Bearing that in mind, we want to make sure that we optimize the product and we have a full TCO offer to our customers.
I want to have a look at this in terms of the TGM. So where does this fit in now?
This is our distribution product. We have two engine output ranges, a 250 horsepower and a 290 horsepower range. And we have everything from a 15-tonner all the way up to a 26-tonner.
Really impressive. You literally have all the bases covered.
Exactly, yes. We're focusing on the medium segment of the market with this product. Distribution and food is the main and core business there. And this is something that the market knows. We've tried and tested this product in South Africa for some years now, and we hope to continue that trend going forward.
You know the cool thing, I mean, you look at them standing here and you think, yeah, they look great in showroom condition, but they are not show ponies, they are workhorses. So I don't want to look at them like this. I think to really appreciate the various applications, you do need to see them in action. So we are going to continue our journey now with a short trip up from Nottingham Road for us to visit another customer with his own unique set of needs.
I was a farmer, born and raised as a farmer. My dad's been farming for years. My grandfather's been farming. Aside of the farming side, we had 30-odd trucks running collectively under the name of Inyoni Boerdery. My dad came to me and said he thinks it's time for me to do my own thing. So we established a new company in 2007. With us on the Maputo route and Maputo port expanding so quickly, there's an opportunity to get into ore, to get into the minerals. And it's right on my doorstep. And that's where we went to the site tippers in 2013. We ran magnetite and chrome. And again, now I'm back where we are at the Moira field, because in now the lockdown, we had to look at a different port, and that is Durban port. So our 4 ports we're supplying, it's Maputo, Richards Bay, Durban, and PE. At the moment, we're running a site tipper fleet of 222 trucks. That's the total fleet, sitting now at 90 mans, and there is another 42 coming. The man does exceptionally well on fuel consumption. That's a big pulling point. They gave me a very good trade back guarantee. That's the third thing that gave me some peace of mind. And also the fuel capacity on the trucks. With 1,040 liters of fuel capacity, it gives you, the thing of filling once. So we can fill here, we run to Postmansburg, cut to Hotel, we come all the way down to Durban, we offload, we refuel, we check our tires, we check our maintenance, we wash the truck, we clean, and off we go again. So a truck can come in the yard every 2,200 Ks. And obviously another thing is payload. The truck is the lightest truck on the road. It's lighter than any other truck. Combined with lightness, the cost of the licensing. This truck's cost me $3,500 per year, cheaper than the other brands. Also Mercedes, for example, in our fleet, or Volvo.
Yeah, economy and efficiency, those are one of the 4 pillars that MAN have identified in terms of simplifying your business. So it was really cool chatting with Eben and just understanding some of the further ways in which MAN are helping him reduce his total cost of ownership. Really cool. What was also great was obviously being on hand to see Eben signing for his next order of MAN trucks. Another pillar is driver operation, and this is where MAN have brought their latest truck technology to this 3rd generation. And Duna, for me, I'd imagine this is crucial. And you actually brought it up earlier, how important the driver's workspace and environment is. What do you like about what MAN have done here?
So it means hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. That's the number one safety feature that is required from a driver.
Now, you know, I said to you, this like reminds me of the layout of a car, the digital dash, the infotainment system. It's like man-machine interface is what MAN call it. But the one thing that I can't do in my car is sleep. And I mean, you speak about comfort. It's all about one thing being comfortable when you're driving, but you've also got to be comfortable in your downtime. So we're going to have to, I mean, I don't know, you and I are going to have to room and bunk up here. We're going to give it a go. Sleep in the truck tonight. What do you reckon?
Definitely, that's the life of a truck driver. After a long haul, you need to sleep. You need to take a break.
I want to try that.
Provided you don't snore.
There's only one way to find out and do that. That's spend a night with me. I'll answer that question in the morning.
Beautiful.
Quite excited. It's going to be my first night. Right. Sleeping in a truck.
Yeah, you're a clever boy, eh? You know where you are supposed to sleep.
No, I'm just dropping the bunk bed. Aren't we going to rock, paper, scissors?
That's clever for you because you know your place.
Up here? Why?
The small boys always sleep on top.
He's like, is this because I'm the rookie and you the boss?
I'm the boss here, you know it.
Induna. Please excuse me because you're going to see my bum now. I've just given Induna a brown eye.
Nah, don't worry. I've seen bums for like 10 years.
Okay, I've got lots of headroom and still, look, I can't even
Leg room.
reach.
Yeah.
It's amazing, eh? I'm just going to do this. Check here.
You get your time.
Check here. No, I love it.
You love it.
It's so convenient. Just touch here and I can turn the lights off, close the windows.
Okay. All right, so don't snore, buddy, eh?
There's some things I can't
You
guarantee.
start snoring, I'll throw you into the trailer. You sleep in the trailer there with the tomatoes.
Night, Induna.
Good night, buddy.
Oh, my word. What a good night's rest. I feel like a new man.
And you have a new man next to you.
What the hell? Strange things happen when you sleep in a
Hey,
truck. Where
Marius.
did Induna go, Philip?
No, we decided to change places.
Thanks for warning me about that. I've said it to Induna so many times. This really feels like I'm sitting in a upmarket modern day car.
Even better, this is a completely new cab inside. And Marius, really, there's so many points to cover inside this cab. So, I mean, just starting from the driver's position, this seat is something else. You have so many different adjustment functions. I mean, height, inclination, etc. And not to mention comfort with lumbar support. So for those longer journeys, this is a very comfortable seat for the driver to spend his time. Just looking at the steering wheel, all the controls are easy to reach. A big improvement from the old one. It's also a much bigger diameter steering wheel, which helps with controlling the vehicle. Looking at the cockpit itself, we've got 2 main zones. The top zone being your check zone, so all your alerts, your dashboard, etc. It's all within your peripheral vision. So you don't really need to look away from the road. You can see if any warnings come up on the dashboard.
So is that your red zone?
That's
so that's
your red zone,
critical.
yes.
Make something happen.
Then you have the blue zone, and the blue zones are all your controls. So everything from your climatronic air conditioning system, your radio, to all your functions on the dashboard. You don't have to look for any of the controls. Sitting in this driver's position, it's like a fighter pilot's cockpit. Everything is easy to reach.
You know what I love is seeing stuff we're used to in cars, like the digital display, 12.3 inch. Really cool and fully interactive in terms of your entertainment system as well.
Yeah.
You know, you've got 2 rotary dials, but I found navigating so easy to manage.
I mean, you've got two 12.3-inch screens, the one for the radio interface and one for the digital dashboard on the premium models. The 12.3-inch infotainment system has a split screen. So while you're busy maybe navigating on the one side, you can see what you're listening to on the other.
It really is driver focused, which is
Yes.
crucial. Look at the whole orientation of the cab. But even charging points, 12 volt, 24 volt, USB chargers, that's important when a guy's on a long haul keeping devices charged.
One of the main things in this cab is storage. I mean, the driver spends a lot of time in here. We've got just under 1 cubic meter of luggage space inside this cab, which is a real good advantage. So everything can be stored safely inside the cab, not to mention many other interesting things like cup holders that fold away neatly so that when they're not in use, you've got this open area. So when the driver has his off time, rest time, etc., there's open space to move around the cab.
Talking about the rest time, something we haven't touched on, which is really cool. You've got something that's pretty unique in
Yes.
terms of that little interface. What can I control off of that?
This is something new on our vehicles. It's a remote control for the driver's bunk area with a 3-inch display screen. From this, you can control the radio, the interior lights in the cab, the windows, etc. So the driver doesn't have to get off his bed to do anything. He can switch everything on.
The one thing I want to mention, I love the little fridge. That is super, super cool.
That is something that we will add on all of our 26-ton efficient range models. It's a must-have for those long trips as well as those overnight trips. You need somewhere to keep your drinks cool.
So regardless of your specific requirements, driver-focused ease of operation is a MAN fundamental. As are partnerships, and this is something that I discovered spending time on the road with MAN, where they have tailor-made application-specific solutions that are focused on driving customer satisfaction.
Originally started as a company back in 2002, a small BE company, originally in the cane industry, and moved over into timber in 2006 with SAPI. The business is structured in such a way that no one of us employed in management has got any shares. Our drive is to go and establish BE successful companies in communities. I think in the cane and in the timber industry, the product that we transport is on grounds that belongs to communities, and those communities wants to be part of the supply chain and want to benefit out of it. And I think we've realized long ago that if we're not going to find a solution to involve communities and give the benefit back to communities, that we will not be sustainable. When we started, one of the conditions was that because of Nukuduana being 50 kilometers away from Nelspruit, the requirement was whoever we do business with needs to move the workshop to the facility. And MAN set up the workshop, and that workshop has been running there since 2006. I think it's also critical in our environment and places where we go and work. It's not easy, it's off-road, the difficult conditions, the requirements of forestry has changed, where people require the transporter to get closer to the stump, and it's obviously to drive down costs. And with the MAN and the commitment of MAN is they developed a fleet of vehicles that is suitable for what we need, for our needs. 80% of the timber is moved by 6x6s at the moment, and the short haul work, and most of them is MAN. So MAN has proven itself to be durable. The backup service is here. We take our suppliers with us where we go, because that's the sort of relationship that we want to build. We stick to what we feel is working for us and that we've got confidence in. So the MAN brand is following us, and even our cane operation in Malalan is fully MAN. So yeah, we are committed to MAN because I think they are also committed to BBC.
Philip, what are you doing?
Marius, I have to show you this new key, man.
You're making disco lights, babe.
Yeah, this is something new on our TG range. It's a new fancy key. And with this key, not only does it come with central locking, but it also has an automated close function, like your fancy car at home. So if you've left the windows or the sunroof open with one touch of a button, everything can be closed.
But this is a light show. So what's going on here?
Well, this is something that all our drivers do before they head on their journeys. It's a pre-light check, a guarantee that the drivers make sure that all the lights on the truck as well as the trailer are functioning 100%.
Now, this is all about efficiencies and ease of operation. So for the operator, he now just stands here, pushes a key, and what does it run on a cycle?
Yes, it runs on a cycle, does several tests, so the
So
driver
cool.
can walk around and check it. And also, you know, Marius, once he's on the road, the last thing he wants is to get a fine for a light not working, etc. So we need to maximize productivity for the driver.
But these are also really cool lights. I mean, I love the LEDs. I mean, that technology has really given a unique light signature to a truck. You can identify it. Is this standard now across the range?
Our two flagship models, the 26540 and 26480, will have the LED lights. This is a complete light package. As you can see, it's something new. It's incorporating the daytime running lights, which also doubles up as an indicator light. It also has LED fog lights, as well as LED indicator lights on the side of the cab. We've even branded the lights. So you've got the MAN branding in the lights, as well as on the side indicators. This gives you the best visibility you can ever imagine.
And am I right in saying, I noticed when Induna was parking our flagship model, cornering on the lights as well?
Yes, it's got cornering and auto bright function. So like all modern cars today, you can drive with an auto bright function, and it automatically adjusts to the road conditions as well as oncoming traffic. So it gives the driver complete peace of mind that the vehicle's lights are at its optimal.
A lot of motorists are going to be applauding that, because the last thing you want is a retina burn from a truck that's left his brights on. So that's just going to regulate all of that.
Yeah.
And again, it just lets the driver focus on the essentials, which is getting his job done driving, as
Perfect,
opposed to
yeah.
worrying about all the other stuff.
Some other topics that I'd like to mention on the cab itself is the mirrors. As you can see, these are aerodynamically designed. These are full electric mirrors, so from the driver's cockpit, he doesn't need to move to adjust any mirrors. It's simple, safe, etc. And with these mirrors, they're new and improved from MAN. You've got a better field of vision with the truck and trailer.
But also notice within Duna, there was a new set of buttons that was giving him access, quick controls. What is that little remote module?
Yeah, that's our new MAN control center, which is fitted to the driver's door. And this is to basically aid the driver. I mean, how many times you climb out the truck and you've realized you've left something on? We've got 4 preset functions that we can program for the customer. Right now, the hazards and the windows are programmed as standard. There's 2 spare buttons where you can switch off items like a PTO. One customer even made mention that it's a good idea to put an anti-hijacking button there.
That is cool, because I mean, I know the competitors have something similar, but they've only got the one button that is literally hazards.
Yes.
So this really is taking it up to another level of efficiency. And I suppose it goes back to that ease of operation
Exactly.
for the driver.
Yeah, we want to make it as easy as possible for the driver.
Obviously, class-leading efficiency and innovation are fantastic selling points. But let me tell you, for me, there's one non-negotiable, and that is safety. And that is yet another pillar where MAN leads the way.
Yeah, when it comes to safety, I think number one aspect that you need to look at is the braking system.
Yeah.
That's, with this truck, the braking system is amazing. I think nothing comes near.
Because I see, I mean, they've got things that we get in cars, you know, like emergency brake assist.
Once it picks up that there's a potential a crash ahead,
Yeah.
it starts slowing you down automatically.
It's unbelievable.
So
eh?
that's unbelievable. It's something that takes away the stress from the driver.
You know what else is cool? They've added something quite special for you from a driver perspective.
This truck comes with a driver airbag, which was not there before.
Yeah.
So that's another plus when it comes to safety of the driver.
Do you use the adaptive cruise control? So when you get on the open road, you go and set the distance to the truck or the car in front of you, you set your speed, 80 k's an hour, and the truck does everything for you.
Exactly, it does everything for me.
And have you found it works well? Because I know, like some of the cars I've driven, you're always anxious. Is it going to slow down? Is it going to do what it's meant to do?
It works well, it works well. Even with the lane guide, once it picks up that you are drifting away from your lane, it gives you a warning that, hey, you need to be alert, you are drifting away. So it gives you a warning. So it's working very well. In a nutshell, I would say MAN, they did a very good job, because after a day's job, you are tired. But after driving this truck for long hauls, you are still fresh when you get to your destination. So it's a plus for a driver. I think it contributes a lot when it comes to safety on the road.
Cargo, I started it in 2003, what's that, 18 odd years ago. And it started off small, started off 2 trucks, I think, like most businesses. And with the right context and the right motivation, we grew to where we are today, yeah. Currently we're standing on 230 truck tractors, of which 50 are abnormals and 30 are reefers, and the balance are your traditional tippers. We measure everything. Anything you can think of, efficiencies of the drivers, fuel consumption, downtime in the workshop, and studying figures on a weekly basis, daily basis. We can't wait 2 months to study figures. We need to react quicker. And our operating system and management system is not from SA, it's from the UK, freeway systems, and it's all paperless. And I think that's what we're all about, is to not only look professional, but run a professional business. We got 2 other hubs. We got one in the Brits area, and we got one in Natal, and then we got a small hub in Uppington. But this is where we basically run everything, and we plan around it with our preventative maintenances. And yeah, we do not want to fix a truck next to the road. So we've got to, through the years, through collaboration with MAN, we've worked on a very nice preventative maintenance scheme, and it's working. When we sat down with MAN, which was close to 12 years ago, we sat down and we negotiated key points that we require to remain relevant. And the big thing for us is to manage expectations. They should know what we expect, and then delivering on those expectations, and then managing that. And we learn out of mistakes, and that I'll give credit to MAN. There have been some tough times. We've sat around a table, we've learned it, and we've improved on it. And so our relationship is always improving and becoming more efficient. And yeah, it's become a solid partnership, yeah.
See how nice I am, eh?
Very nice.
Not like what you did to Rion, where you gave him mice. I'm giving you she's a yam.
You see, that was a treat from Africa.
Okay, well, this is my treat. Listen, Induna, it's been awesome, eh? Being on the road for you. Nearly home. This will be our last lunch. So we what? 1,500 k's. Nearly back in Joburg. But the best thing for you is Brake-matic, eh? You love that.
Our Brake-matic. It's in MAN's DNA. They've always had a Brake-matic in their trucks. So that's one feature that is very, very keeps you comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't panic. You just know where to touch.
Yeah.
And then the truck does everything for you. You know.
So maybe next time I can sleep on the bottom bunk.
That is if you have driven like how many hours of driving?
I drove 0.
You need to drive 100 hours.
You're gonna have to teach me. Is that a deal?
No, that won't be a problem.
That's a deal.
If you can ask Rian.
Yeah. I'd like to be taught how to drive a truck.
I will.
Simply my truck. But I think, as you've seen in this launch, there's nothing simple about the all-new award-winning TG3 model lineup. But the best thing for me, it's not only about the product, it's also about the services that MAN offer. And Philip, you do have the full basket.
Sure. MAN's always been a customer-orientated organization. And just to repeat some of those services that we offer a tailor-made repair and maintenance solution. We offer in-house finance. We offer top-used solutions, as well as a mobile 24. So we cover all elements of the business.
And that's so important because, during this launch, we got to meet a lot of your customers, and all of their needs are so unique, not only in terms of the product that they need, in terms of application, but also the services that they need. And Oliver, you now do sit in a position with a really amazing product. You can really cater to every person's needs here in South Africa.
Yes, as I told at the beginning, to simplify our customers' business, we have the right products, we have the right solutions, we have the right dealer network, we have a strong team, and lastly, we are very proud of our presence in South Africa. And now it's time to place your orders.
Oliver, I love it. You almost got me signing up for my first truck. But thank you. It's been really awesome working with you guys. And of course, thank you to you for joining us for this very exciting launch with MAN. So they have shown you now how to simplify your business. All you've got to do is let MAN work for you.